Okay, welcome everybody. Monday's Lunch and Learn. Today we have our special guest, Barb Pennington. Barb is a 6th grade math and science teacher at West Rutland. She's been on here before sharing. And I'm just going to remind everyone, if you don't have yourself muted, to please mute yourself because I can hear some feedback right now. And if not, I will mute you. And okay, so Barb today is here to show us a really cool tool called EdPuzzle. And I've known a few teachers who have been using it now for a while, and they love it. It's a really great tool to do make the video lessons and videos that you create to be a little bit more interactive and to be able to track students' learning. So I'm going to let Barb show you what she's been doing with EdPuzzle. Take it away, Barb.
Hi, everyone. First of all, happy Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. So I thought the first thing I'd like to show you, I actually found a 1-minute long video that does a really nice job of kind of summarizing everything. So I'm going to share my screen and just show you that video, and then I'll go into a little more detail with what I've been doing. So let me just present my screen. And Erica, could you just confirm that you could see my screen?
Yep, I can see it. And make sure you turn your volume all the way up because it's sometimes hard to hear a video through presentation.
Okay. All right, so this is what is EdPuzzle, and I'll put the link to this video in the comment section too. So let me just do that real quick. So you'll have that. All righty.
Want to create amazing video lessons in minutes? EdPuzzle is your missing piece. With EdPuzzle, you can choose from the millions of videos available from YouTube, National Geographic, TED Talks, Khan Academy, and more. You can also reuse ready-to-go video lessons made by other teachers or upload your very own teaching video. Then, use EdPuzzle's video editor to create your perfect lesson. Embed your own questions to check your students' understanding, cut sections to show your students only the most important parts of the video, and even record voiceover so you can explain concepts in your own words. Once you've finished, you can assign it to your students in just one click and prevent skipping to make sure your students don't miss a thing. When you want to check in on your students' progress, use EdPuzzle's hassle-free analytics to get all the information you need. See who still needs to watch the video, what your students responded, and their total scores. So remember, with EdPuzzle's free platform, you can make any video your lesson.
Okay, so thank you. Get off of that one. So with EdPuzzle, that kind of gave a brief overview. So first thing you would do if you're new to EdPuzzle, obviously you would sign up for an account. I already have one, so I'm gonna log in. And I actually made a teacher account, and then I also made a student account just for the purpose of today to have a practice class. So I'm going to show you the teacher side. Whenever possible, I always sign in with Google. Less passwords, less usernames to remember. Okay, so first off is the content. So this is my content. So these are videos either that I've made or videos that I've found. And I have them organized into folders. So I have some different folders. Again, I teach 6th grade math and science. So that's, you can see this one I made. And there's another one that I made. So those are videos either I made or I found. So to find videos, I can go up here to this top box where it says search content. And let's see, how about adding decimals? Say I want to find a video about adding decimals. So the first thing, there are different channels you can pull videos from. The first one is EdPuzzle. And what's neat with taking those videos is there's already questions built into those, and that's what this little number is here. So this one that has 7 questions, this has 3, and so on. So I can pull from there. I can see more from the EdPuzzle channel. And there's usually a lot of those. If you don't like any of those, you can go to YouTube, Khan Academy, National Geographic, and some other ones here as well. So let's say I find one that I really like. I'm just going to pick a random one. How about this one? So where you see each of these like little teardrops, those are questions that have already been embedded. So let's say, oh, this one, let's say I already watched it. So, oh, this one I really like. So if I just hit copy, it automatically goes to my content. So I go to content, click my content, and okay, it didn't work that time, of course. Let's try that again. Okay, it says it was assigned to my content. So let's go back over there. There it is. Great. So now I'm going to click on that. And then if I want to either watch it, I can do that and see which questions are in there. I also can edit. So this would be, so you can see that the person that selected this video originally, they only selected a portion of the original video. So you can cut away the beginning, you can cut away the end, you can take snippets out of the middle. If you don't like what the person is saying in the video, you can do your own voice over, which I've used a little bit. The question tab is what I use, questions and cut, actually I use the most. And for this, you can do multiple choice questions, open-ended questions, or a note. So let's say at 2 minutes, you really wanted them to pay attention to, what's coming next. I can include a note that you either can do you can record your voice as a note or a written note. You might say, okay, pay attention. This is really important here. So that's an example. I can go and I can change.
Wait a minute.
So that's how the questions pop up. The video automatically pauses. A question pops up. Students need to answer it before they continue. On the student side of things, if you have it set, have this certain setting, students, it will not allow them to fast forward through the video. So they need to watch it in order to advance. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to get out of this screen. Okay, so, all right, so let's say I have this video now, I want to assign it to my class. So I've already put my questions in, I've done my voiceovers or whatever else I want to do. Then I can assign. Now this is my live class, Mrs. Pennington's at home learning. And then I made a class of 1 for a practice class. So I'll use that today. So I'm going to assign that. You can have this, maybe I want this for next week assignment. So I can do the start date next Monday. Maybe you want due on Friday. So you can do all of those. Save when it starts, when it's due. You can leave the due date open. That's really up to you. This is where you prevent them from skipping ahead. I always have that on. I don't want them to skip ahead. I want them to see the whole video. You can turn on closed caption. If it's attached to a Google Classroom like I have here, I can post it right onto Google Classroom. So once you have everything set here, then you would assign it. Okay, so now you can see my class of 1, which is also me. This is pretty cool. You can see how much your students have watched and if they've turned it in. So, and let's say that 4 days from now, student can't find the link. You can always go to share assignment. You can copy the link, send it to them in an email, Google Chat, anything like that. Let's see. Okay, you can go to my Gradebook. And this is a practice class. And I actually went on the student side, and I did one of the videos on the student side so I can show you how to grade that. So right now, there was a video I did earlier today, and you can see that my student of 1 watched it. And according to this, that's a progress bar. It looks like the student did all of those, but there's no grade. So what I need to do over here, my classes, if you have multiple choice and you've selected which are the correct answer, it automatically grades. For this video, they're all open-ended questions. So I would need to go in. You can see there's 4 new answers that need to be graded. And this also indicates you have something left to grade. So I'm going to click on that. 4 answers to grade. So if you had, say, 10 students already all answered these questions, you would see all 10 students listed under the first question, then the second question. So it's really nice. You're grading 1 question at a time. You really can focus on each individual question. So what are some positive experiences you've had during this time? This video was at the beginning of this learning at home. And I really wanted to get some feedback from students and also teach them how to use this tool. So this first one, oh, that looks like a great answer. Wow. So I want to give the student the full points. I'm just going to do the green check. Let's say the second one. Ooh, I really would like some more details with that answer. So I can comment back to the student. Barb, please add more detail next time. Or whatever you want your comment to be. So I'm going to add that comment. And let's say, I think that's only worth about half of the points. So 50, and then I just hit enter, and I automatically would record that. Oh, that answer is great. Woo, this one, oh, that's way off. I'm just going to mark that wrong. Okay, just as an example. Then I can go back and look at that. If I want to, oh, what did I put for that comment? I don't quite remember. I can go back, look at that. So now when I go to my gradebook, you'll see that that grade is in there, so 63. One thing that I really like about this too, especially if you have multiple videos, obviously you will have more than 1 student, you can export the gradebook. And then I can save it as Google Sheets. And it really makes grading a whole lot easier, especially if you have multiple classes. So you can see first and last name, total score for all the videos. So say if you had 5 videos, it takes the average of them, puts that here, the time spent. And you also, because it's Google Sheets now, let's say you had some assignments, a Google form assignment or something else, you can add your own columns and add assignments, and this could actually become your grade book. So that's kind of neat there too. I want to show you on the Google Classroom side. So this is my live Google Classroom, but it can show you the classwork tab. And the EdPuzzle videos are right in on this screen too, because you can post them right onto Google Classroom. So we just need to click on that. Click on the EdPuzzle and it brings them right to it. A few things I just want to caution you with, that's a lovely picture, caution you with when students are using EdPuzzle. They must be logged in with their student account and they must have the correct class selected. So if they click here, they should see their name that they're logged in. And under my classes, theirs is going to look a little different on the student end of things, but they should see the name of the class. Another thing I've noticed is if students don't answer all of the questions or if they don't go all the way to the end of the video, it won't save either. So they need to be logged in, they need to have the correct class selected, and they need to completely go through that whole video. Let's see. trying to think if there's anything else that I can think of right now. Oh, you also can go and see what else is from your school. So I can click on the West Rutland tab and I can see what other teachers from my school have selected for their videos, which is kind of a neat feature. Okay, so Michael Manny, I just saw that. Let me look at that comment. Can I assign an assignment through a link rather than Google Classroom? Yes, you can. So let's go back to my content. Click on this video again. So what I do sometimes, because sometimes Google Classroom just gets overwhelmed, I still would, let's say I wanted to give this to my classroom, my live class. I would click that, but instead of posting on Google Classroom, I would just hit assign. And actually, I'll do it with this one. So obviously with this, it gives you the option of posting in Google Classroom, but you don't have to do that. So I'll just do it in my practice classroom. And then, so instead of posting on Google Classroom, I'm just going to hit share assignment, copy the link, and then I can just email that to my students, put through Google, Google Chat, however you communicate with your students. You're welcome. Other questions? I kind of running out of things I can think to show you.
I have a follow-up on that. Instead of like having it push to Google Classroom through there, can you take that link and post it onto Google Classroom? And then they click on the link and it kind of opens it up externally out of Google Classroom, and they just have to go back into Google Classroom to mark it as done when they finish?
Yes, you can. Actually, I can show you an example of that. Let me, actually, I can go here. So my menu for this past week, I had some EdPuzzle videos. So it was getting a little too much to do these all as assignments. So that's exactly what I did. So here in the menu, I put the EdPuzzle link right in here. So this was, you know, I have it in a Google Doc, but you certainly could do it as a post in Google Classroom, and then they can just click right on there and brings them right in to EdPuzzle, into like a new tab and all of that.
Perfect. Okay. Any other questions?
I'm curious if anyone else that's on today is using EdPuzzle and if they have anything else to share. Because it's still, you know, kind of new to me. I've just played around with it a lot.
Karen says she's tried it once and liked it. Good job, Karen. I have only like played around a little bit in it, and I love it. I mean, I don't have classes obviously, so, but it seems like a pretty good tool, and the teachers that I know that have been using it for a few years now, that's like, I mean, they love it. They absolutely love it, and it makes like doing the flipped classroom so much easier.
Yeah, I definitely in the future, you know, I've done videos with my classes in the past where they, you know, they might watch a video, then they might have to answer questions. But, you know, I see moving forward when we're back in school, you know, using this format because it's so much easier to keep track of all your information. They're not allowed to fast forward. They actually have to watch the video and they can't be on something else. Like you can watch from your screen if they're actually watching it. I can picture, you know, being in the classroom with 15 students. I don't need to walk around and look at their screens. I can look at my screen and see that they're progressing through the videos and answering the questions.
Yeah, and also another teacher told me that, you know, I know I'm guilty of this when I take online classes. If I start a video and I'm just listening to it and then I click into another tab to like look at something else, that EdPuzzle, if you click into another tab, it stops the video.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So they have to be on that tab only to be able to progress through the video, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, and Mike Manny, yeah, it's awesome. They can't fast forward through it. That's a great feature. And I really am enjoying using this during this time because I can do a video of myself. I don't need to have all of my students together at once, and they all are getting the exact same information. Karen has a question. I'm wondering if I should try my... Oh yeah, so you could do a quiz this way, she was asking, instead of doing a multiple choice in a Google form. You could read aloud a passage rather than type the excerpt from the reading. I think that's a great idea. And it grades it automatically. It's, you know, and that the students, Karen and I share students, they're getting used to the EdPuzzle now too, so.
I'm wondering, so I didn't really notice or pay attention or see if you know how in YouTube videos you can speed up the video. You're not fast forwarding, but you can speed up and you can, I often do that when I'm like looking at videos to learn something new. I often speed it up. So it's like 1.5 times speed or 2 times speed or whatever it is, if the person that's speaking is too slow for my liking or attention span.
I can log out and log in with my student account I made and try that. I don't know if you can do that. Let's find out. All right, so let's try. Oh, you can see I assigned that twice, so they'll see it pop up twice. So that's something to be careful of too, is if you've assigned it more than once, make sure you delete your extra assignments. So this is the student side of things. So you can see I completed this one. Oh, and my teacher graded it. Ooh, 63. Ooh. All right, so let's go. Oops. Let's go here. Let's see if we can do that. It doesn't look like it gives that option, does it, Erica?
Hit the play button. Sometimes those options pop up after you start playing.
Won't be too hard. That's because procedures for decimal arithmetic are basically the same as they are for whole numbers.
It doesn't look like. If you were on the YouTube, it would, but this isn't. Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like they're not able to do that.
Okay.
For better or for worse.
Yep.
Oh, so I'll show you from the student side of things too. Let's say, oh, I want to fast forward this. I'm just going to turn him down. I want to fast forward. So if I click here, oh, it's locked. Oh, Mrs. Pennington locked on me. I want to try that again. Oh, man. So that's what they see if they try to fast forward through the video. And when it gets to each of these points, the questions pop up on the side for you to answer before continuing.
Okay, we have like a couple more minutes left. Does anybody else have any comments or questions for Barb?
One thing I just wanted to recommend too, there are a lot of like YouTube tutorial videos, which is how I learned how to use it. So unfortunately, I don't have those links with me today, but I'm sure you could easily find that. So if what I told you today, if you're not remembering the details, you know, make sure you check those out too.
Awesome. Thank you, Barb. This was great.
Thank you. Let me stop sharing my screen now.
That's good. All right, everybody. If you have any other questions, or would they be able to reach out to you?
Sure.
If they want any questions or support. All right.
Sure.
Thank you so much. Everybody have a good afternoon.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.